Today we're going to talk about how to figure out if you have a very specific type of vertigo and what to do about it. It's called benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, or BPPV for short. This is the type of vertigo that makes you feel like you're spinning, even when you're not. The term benign means it's not dangerous. Paroxysmal means the symptom comes on suddenly. Positional relates to the movement or position of your head. Vertigo means that spinning sensation that's not actually happening. So again, we'll refer to it throughout this video as BPPV, which is actually the #1 cause of dizziness. What typically causes this condition is a tiny calcium crystal that breaks off and floats into the semicircular canals of the inner ear, the part of your ear responsible for equilibrium and balance. This little crystal interferes with tiny hairs inside the canal and sends the wrong signals to your brain, making you feel like you're moving or spinning when you're actually still. We'll talk later about why these calcium crystals end up there in the first place and how to get rid of them, but first, let's go over how to know if you have BPPV, and importantly, which side is affected, left or right. The first test is called the Dix-Hallpike Test. You can do it on your bed or a table with a pillow. Start by lying down quickly into a supine position, that means on your back, with a pillow under your upper back. This lets your head extend 30 degrees backward, tilted just over the horizontal line. First, turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees. If you truly have BPPV, you may experience not just dizziness, but nystagmus, which is when your eyes move uncontrollably, either side to side, up and down, or in a circular motion. If you feel dizzy and see nystagmus, there's a good chance you have BPPV. It's helpful to have someone with you who can observe your eye movements, but if you're alone, you might use a mirror. Also, disclaimer, before trying this or any other test, check with your doctor, especially if you have any cervical spine issues or limited neck mobility. After testing the right side, repeat the same procedure, turning your head to the left. Usually only one side is affected. Let's say for now that your symptoms appear when testing the right side. Now comes the treatment step, the Epley Maneuver. The goal is to use a sequence of head and body movements to guide that calcium crystal out of the semicircular canal. If your right side is affected, here's what to do. Turn your head to the right about 45 degrees and tilt it backward about 30 degrees. Hold this position for 1 minute. Then, turn your head to the left side, again 45 degrees, and hold it there for another minute. Now roll onto your left shoulder, the unaffected side, keeping your chin tucked toward your left shoulder, looking downward at about a 45-degree angle. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Finally, sit up slowly, keeping your head turned and chin down toward the shoulder. Once seated, gradually turn your head back to the center. If done correctly, this maneuver helps move the calcium crystal out of the canal and should ease your symptoms. You should only do this once per day, repeating daily until symptoms resolve. What causes the calcium crystals? Now let's talk about why these calcium crystals form in the first place. A 2020 systematic review and meta-analysis found a strong association between BPPV and vitamin D deficiency. People with BPPV were actually twice as likely to be deficient in vitamin D compared to those without the condition. Vitamin D plays a key role in calcium absorption. If there's not enough vitamin D, calcium can remain unabsorbed and collect in places like the inner ear, where it really shouldn't be. This leads to a higher concentration of calcium in the canals, causing problems. Vitamin D also helps transport calcium properly. In another study, the risk of BPPV was 5.5 times higher among those deficient in vitamin D. In a separate study, people who took vitamin D supplements had significantly fewer BPPV episodes. Yet another study showed BPPV was 23 times more likely in people with vitamin D deficiency. That's a major increase. So it's clear that vitamin D plays an important role here. Now, to be fair, not every study confirms the link between BPPV and low vitamin D levels in the blood. But here's the thing, the real issue might be at the cellular level. Many people have genetic variations that affect the vitamin D receptor. This means they may have normal levels of vitamin D in their blood, but not enough in their tissues, because the receptors aren't doing their job. So even if a blood test shows you're okay, your cells might still be starved of vitamin D. The same concept applies to other hormones, like insulin and cortisol. For example, someone may have high insulin in their blood, but still show signs of insulin deficiency at the cellular level because the receptors are not working properly. Similarly, someone might have high cortisol levels but still suffer from inflammation, again because the receptors are impaired. So the blood test doesn't always tell the whole story. The best remedy for BPPV. So what's the best solution? Supplement with vitamin D and also vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 helps direct calcium out of soft tissue like the inner ear and into the bones where it really belongs. Rather than taking these supplements daily, consider doing a weekly dose instead. Why? Because both vitamin D and K2 are fat-soluble, meaning they get stored in your fat tissue and released gradually as your body needs them. There's also some research showing that taking vitamin D less frequently, in larger spaced-out doses, may be even more effective. So here's a simple protocol. Take 50,000 IU of vitamin D3 once per week. Combine that with 500 micrograms of vitamin K2. That means if your D3 comes in 10,000 IU capsules, you'd take 5 at once a week. Just make sure the K2 is in the proper ratio, 100 micrograms of K2 for every 10,000 IU of D3. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might be struggling with dizziness or vertigo. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on health tips, natural remedies, and wellness strategies that really make a difference. Until next time, stay well, stay informed, and take care of your health.